And this game isn't as terrible as I had been led to believe a moment ago. I don't know if that was a huge misplay by USC, but they didn't look as strong in that team fight as you would have thought. I didn't believe that they have. Looks like they're still very squishy overall. Nobody really building tank on their team aside from the Lee Sin, Crispy Crisp, but he isn't very tanky just yet. Whereas if you look up in the top lane, you have RG Killinator, who's almost finished off his Sunfire Cape, and then Zac in the jungle, also very tanky. Oh, I'm stalking you, getting burst down here by strusx, almost down. They're both at half HP. strusx doesn't have any more charges of Shadow Dash left, I believe. He is just sitting around, about to get another one, so he's just doing rates right now. And those were some really great spears earlier by RG Killinator. He picked up some great skill shots there, just wound right around. And the ace in the hole from I am stalking you at point blank. Don't know if that was the greatest thing, because ace in the hole does have a charge up time. You might be better off just auto attacking the person, but it did work out for him. It worked out for him very well. And Crispy Chris gonna clear out a ward over there, that pink ward, and this ward coverage from USC Esports has been very good all game. Lethal Orange gonna get hit by a Howling Gale right there. And the wave clear coming out here for both teams is huge. Crispy Crisp trying to get RG Killinator. RG Killinator is going to flash that one. Doesn't want to get kicked back with the Dragon's Rage. Going to start poking, and he does a lot of damage right now. He has the Ravenous Hydra. Meichu is there currently. strusx just going to use that Lich Bane. Start getting these golems. And that was a lot of damage there on case closed from the spear. It's a rank 5 spear, so he has been ranking that up. Second. And Graves in the middle pushing that one down, and they ping it, but it's too late. Lethal Orange takes that turret for himself, once again making the gold lead around 7k for USC Esports, because that was an unanswered tier 2 turret. So I'm stalking, it was nowhere around that. It was actually bottom trying to defend the inhibitor turret. And it looks like we might have another engage here, but RG Killinator has no mana, and this is not the engagement that they want. They want to poke them down a little bit beforehand. And Jana doing a great job there, shielding the turret so it doesn't actually take any damage from those little pokes. But everybody's just sitting around this area. Meichu shows himself in the middle, so that's going to free up pressure top. Case closed does have the stun available, does have the Tibbers up. You're looking for that 3-man stack, 4-man stack. The Strangles are coming out there. We are going to have Lethal Orange just drop immediately. Ralph Wiggins is right there. And Sinto is so big right now. That is a lot of damage coming out there. That is a lot of damage from the Stranglethorn. Also, Nidalee doing a huge amount of damage there as well, unexpectedly for the most part. And these teams, I just think the USC Esports isn't doing what they need to do with their group ups. They are not using that team fight potential that they have, and they're just getting picked off now, because that was a 4v3, and 2 of the members were dropped right there because 2 other members were pushing middle. And it looks like, as I say pushing middle, Royalty Gaming is going to go ahead and pick up the enemy blue buff right now, for himself. So Meichu going to hand that off to Sinto, because Sinto has been doing so well this game. Despite having to lane against Nikali, he's been doing well in those team fights, bringing a lot to the table. And that is going to be not a good time for strusx. He has been having a hard time powering up that Majai's right now. It's sitting at 5 stacks. It was doing work for him earlier, but he didn't roam in the squishy lanes enough, I guess, early on. And strusx is going to just clear out this middle lane, and we're going to have Graves go bottom, clear out those waves. So it looks like USC, these 2 team fights in the past couple minutes have actually probably put them on their back foot right now. They are 6k gold in the lead, but when you're playing the game, all you see is the kill difference. You see that we are up 16-11, which is just 1 ace. They're up 1 ace. So that's what you see. You don't know I have 10k gold, 6k gold ahead. So seeing that, they might actually be a little hesitant now. They say we need to farm up before we get another team fight, because they are losing team fights despite their comp having Kennen and Annie and the collateral damage and the AoE that really only Sinto is bringing AoE to the table for Royalty Gaming. I mean, they do have the disengage and the damage from Let's Bounce, but he hasn't really built tanky. I mean, not tanky. He hasn't really built AP or damage. And it looks like they're pinging bottom. They're pinging Caitlyn back, saying that is a terrible idea. And they have 4 members of USC Esports doing Baron, or at least baiting Baron right now with those pink wards. And they're going to have pink ward coming out here as well in that bush. Make sure that there's nothing in there, and they're going to ward over. And that is just to apply pressure to the Baron area. And they ping Akali. They see Akali's movements. They know what she's doing. They know that she's converging middle instead of pushing bottom now. So they are all going to group up mid. Case closed actually looks like he wants to back right now. And that is maybe a little bit of miscommunication there. Ralph Wiggum also going to go back right now, which means that if there was an engagement right now, it would be a 3v5 if Royalty Gaming did take advantage of this. They have no idea that it happened. They don't know who backed. They don't know where anybody is. But the blue buff for Royalty Gaming actually going to fall into the hands of strusx right here. So they actually traded blue buff. Sinto picking up the one of USC Esports and Royalty Gaming's blue going over to strusx on that Akali. Next Dragon is up very shortly, I believe. So those teams will be setting up for that in just a moment, trying to get vision of that area once again. Haven't seen an Oracle's Elixir come out just yet for either of the supports, which is a little surprising to me because at 24 minutes you might want to start thinking about having an Oracle's, giving your team that early dominance over wards. They've been buying a lot of pink wards. They bought enough pink wards at this point that they probably should have purchased an Oracle's on that support. It does persist through death now, so nothing really to lose if your team is behind. And this build coming out from Case Closed, he bought the Haunting Guise, he bought the Spell Pen. So I believe he's sitting on the 15 from that, as well as the 8 he got from Masteries. So he's just sitting on 8% as well. 8%, and then the 15. So he actually does have a decent amount of Spell Pen, as well as sitting on about 71 AP as a support. Still very good, and he does have very high base damage. You can play her as a tank as well in the top lane, which I think Void Boy was talking about at one point. And they do pick up the Dragon for USC Esports here. And once again, Meichu just clears out another ward with that pink ward, trying to deny as much vision as possible. And the teams look pretty even here in terms of vision, although I would give the edge to Royalty Gaming in their own jungle. But they just don't have the pressure on the other side of the map. And they're just trying to farm up here. Despite losing the Dragon, it is still a 7k gold lead for USC Esports. They can't seem to break this 7k gold lead area. They can't make it an 8k. They've been trying so hard, but the Baron might be what they need to do that. But the Baron might also be what Royalty Gaming needs to come back in this. So we'll see in just a moment as both these teams look like they're heading in that direction, trying to make that the point of contention. Case Closed does pick up that Oracle's right now, walking around with that. Looking for the ward in that bush. It had just expired, so Case Closed also throwing down a ward near that red, so you're going to have vision of that. Sinto getting engaged on here. The Stranglethorn does come down. strusx trying to get him. He doesn't have any more charges left. He has to use his flash right there. Back to the Shroud, gets taken out there. Archie Killing to take him out. We have the collateral damage coming across. Does pick up Scar right there. We have the Slicing Maelstrom all over I'm Stalking You. They decide to go for I'm Stalking You as opposed to Archie Killinator. Archie Killinator fails the jump over the wall. Is Lethal Orange going to get him? Lethal Orange does pick him up right there. And I believe he just talked in chat about the failed jump over the wall. So I'm Stalking You actually going to make it out of that one. And now they're starting to see that 8k gold lead that they wanted so badly. And Meichu trying to jump in there. That was actually a 3-for-1 exchange in the favor of USC Esports. And they're going to push down this first inhibitor turret of the game and possibly get the first inhibitor of the game. So these death timers are pretty decent now at 27 minutes. These people are about level 16, level 15. And there's 10 seconds left on RG Killinator. And that first inhibitor of the game goes to USC Esports. They're going to have super minions pushing down that middle lane. 6 turrets up, and they're going to have to find new places to push. LR in the Case Closed is going to use his ultimate on Scar. Stun him right there. Stun. He does get taken out right there. Meichu jumps in onto Ralph Wiggum and the Lethal. He is going to get taken out here. He gets blocked. Crispy Crisp is all over I Am Stalking You, trying to get to him. Tempest Cripple comes out. They're trying to find their footing in this one. Meichu makes it out. That one flashes over the wall there. Case Closed tries to chase, but doesn't actually make it over the wall. It's very low right now. There is a ward in that bush. Ralph Wiggum uses his Zhonya, so they're just going to get all around him. They do take him out. RG Killinator. Can he get Crispy Crisp right now? He does take him out. He is very low. He gets taken out by strusx right there. The Stranglethorn is very good right there. strusx all over I'm Stalking You. Just double kills right there. Has more charges of his R left, so he is going to be able to dive Sinto. Lethal Orange trying to close the distance. Case Closed trying to get the stun up. Is he going to get him with that Stranglethorn? No, and so strusx is all over. Sinto picks him up right there. And that sets him up for taking this top turret. But Meichu jumps in there. strusx is all over Scar. And he gets him. It's just so many resets there. Picks up a double kill. Just huge damage with the Lichbane and the 597 AP. And he is running straight to the fountain and gets himself killed. And he's pretty much saying that's GG. Aced you guys at 28 minutes, but he doesn't actually help Lethal Orange do these Nexus turrets, which is a little surprising because it's going to make the game last a little longer. Maybe he's just having too much fun on Akali. Akali is a very fun champion to play, very bouncy. And it looks like he's got the Rabadon's Death Cap completed, has the Needlessly Large Rod, and has that Hex Tech Revolver, which will probably transition either into a Woda or a Gunblade, the only two things it can transfer into. But I would actually put my money on a Gunblade. He does pick it up a little late, but the Magi's has been working for him. And he is sitting at about 11 stacks right now, having died to the turret, to the fountain. You know, just wanting to prolong the game as pretty much as long as possible. Having too much fun on that champion. And now, Royalty Gaming trying to push up the middle. They are 10k gold behind. And case closed. Gonna get on I Am Stalking right now. Does he have enough damage to take out the ADC as a support? He's doing a lot of damage right now. Chasing him down. Doesn't have the stun up just yet. It is up now. He's going to be able to get on him. He does use his stun. It only hits Sinto there. The Stranglethorn coming down onto Case Closed. Is going to knock up Crispy Crisp as well. Crispy Crisp using the Sonic Wave. Resonate Strike onto Sinto. The Graphic Brute does hit. But is he going to be able to get him? The Zonius comes out here. He's just looking for this. He does pick him up. Ralph Wiggum going to be the one who gets that kill for himself. Passive from Zyra coming out. Just trying to be a little bit of a nuisance here. strusx all over. I Am Stalking you. In the middle of that team. Picks him up. Takeaway does come down. Archie Killinator trying to do damage here. Does get picked up by the Slicing Maelstrom by Ralph Wiggum. And they are going to start pushing this and ending the game. 30 minutes in, Super Minions are pushing down the middle. USC Esports looks poised to take this game 1 of this best of 3. And strusx picks up another kill for himself, just padding his stats. 15-5-3 as Akali. 30 minutes into this game, 29 kills for his team, and he is half of them. And that's going to be game 1 going over to USC Esports in this best of 3 in the UCI League of Legends Summer Tournament. And hopefully we're going to see a game 2 coming out here very shortly between these two teams. Once again, it is USC Esports versus Royalty Gaming. And they're going to swap sides, I believe, for this next game. And once again, I am Zyrene. I am your caster for tonight. I'm casting this solo, so I'll go easy on me. Because... And I believe we'll get into the game very shortly now, once I check what is going on. All right. So I've just been told that we are in the process of creating the game. He hasn't made it just yet, so we'll be in that in just a moment. And that'll be game 2 between USC Esports and Royalty Gaming. USC taking the first game of the best of 3. If you just tuned in, this is the League of Legends UCI Summer Tournament. I'm Zyrene. I will be your caster for this set. And we will be getting into the game very shortly. I just got an invite. So I assume that means that it's starting. And this is, once again, this is the round of 16, so the round of 8 will actually start, I believe, on the 11th. This is when the round of 8 begins. So we are just finishing up, or I guess starting the round. This is the start of the round of 16. And the teams that emerge from this will go into the round of 8, which is also known as the semifinals. Then they'll move on, the quarterfinals. And then they'll move on to the round of 4, which is the semifinals, and then the round of 2, which is the finals. So this is pretty much the quarterfinals. I don't know what you would call those the 8th finals or the 16th finals. But I guess it'd be the 8th finals. But they are doing a great job for both these teams. Royalty did stay in the game a little longer than you would have expected, despite the early lead that came out for USC Esports. So USC Esports is going to be the purple team this game, the red team. And then we're going to have Royalty on the blue side, on the left side of your screen, when the game begins. So thank you for sticking with us. Once again, this is UCI League of Legends Summer Tournament. I'm Zyrene, and we'll hopefully get in this game in just a moment. And I'm going to take a tiny bit of a break and get some water. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is round 2 of the best of 3 in the UCI League of Legends Summer Tournament between USC Esports and Royalty Gaming. USC Esports did take the first round pretty convincingly, and like I said, this is round 2, so they're up 1-0, and we are about to get into picks and bans here very shortly. Sorry for the delay. Somebody made a game with a random password, and when somebody has to rejoin and they don't know what the password is, makes for a bad time. So we made the lobby because it glitched, and we are all set to go in just a moment after we get these last 2 members in here, and then we'll be able to bring you some League of Legends action on this wonderful Thursday. And once again, USC Esports is going to be the blue team on the left side of your screen this game, and then Royalty Gaming will be on the right side of your screen as red team. And once again, I am Zyrene. Thank you for joining us as I take lots of notes on Steam. And I also apologize earlier for the keyboard warrior. My mic is very sensitive, so it ends up picking up everything, and it's right by my keyboard. So I tried putting it around other places in my room, and it just picks up my keyboard no matter what. So Crispy Crisp coming into the lobby. We need one more person in here. I think it's strusx, and then we will be good to go. And it looks like looks like Royalty Gaming getting the team synergy going on here with all of them having matching summoner icons. That's what's going to win them this game, those matching summoner icons. You need that synergy between the teams. I think we're all good to go. And once again, like I said, keyboard warrior, I apologize. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're getting into the picks and bans here in Game 2 in this best of 3 between USC Esports and Royalty Gaming. So Royalty Gaming going to be on the left side of your screen, USC Esports on the right side of your screen. They took that last game very convincingly, and they're up 1-0 right now. First ban coming out is Akali, which was the main playmaker of USC Esports previously. So they want to take that away from strusx. He did a very great job on that, going 15 and something like 15-6 or 15-2, something very, very low. So first ban Akali coming out right there, very targeted. First ban Vayne coming out from USC Esports. They just don't want to deal with that hyper carry, and she is so good right now. So looks like J4 also going to be banned out from Royalty Gaming right now. Most likely a targeted ban. I do believe that I saw Lethal Orange. I mean, not Lethal Orange. Crispy Crisp plays a lot of J4, and we're gonna have Thresh being banned out as well. And so looks like what's happening here is USC Esports just doesn't want to deal with these champions that can make plays, that can carry a game. Because Thresh can definitely carry a game if he makes some really great plays. Very good death sentence, box, and his flays are just phenomenal. But it looks like Royalty has something else in mind, wanting to ban those snowball-y champions that can really get a game going. So they're also having some targeted bans in there as well with the J4 and the Akali. So they've done their research on USC, and I think USC's been taking this game a little lax. They are ranked higher, and what they want to do is they just don't want to deal with these hard to deal with champions. That's pretty much what they're doing. So Royalty doing their research, targeting. We're gonna have a Shen ban coming out. Like I said, don't want to deal with that global pressure. Twisted Fate is still up, like I said last game, but nobody picked it. So with that Akali being banned out now, I'm not sure what strusx is actually going to fall back on here. It looks like Scar actually hovering over that Nami, because Nami was not banned out this time and they are first pick. So we're gonna have a Nami coming out instead of a Janna, which he had picked up previously. Didn't do too well on it in lane, so they might be going for a little more of an aggressive lane now as opposed to that passive poke lane that Janna brings to the table. So that's going to be a first pick out there for Royalty. And a lot of these bans, well actually, USC Esports bans out the exact same thing they banned out last time in order: Vayne, Thresh, Shen. And different bans now. Elise is not banned, and Nami's not banned. They previously, Royalty did ban out J4, so that ban has stayed the same, but they banned out Akali and Katarina now. So Elise is open, and USC Esports looks like they're hovering over that Orianna, and they do lock that one in. And then they're going to look at a Caitlyn as well. Oh, no, looks like he's switching over to Zac. Did do very well on the Lee Sin previously. Might be a top lane Zac for Ralph Wiggum, but he did really well on that Kennen